Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dungeons and Dragons Valkyrie. A Dungeons and Dragons campaign where complete strangers who met on Reddit actually become the best of friends while gaming every live for you every Monday night at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, at least playing Dungeons and Dragons, and then we try to do additional gameplays throughout the week. I am the host, creator of this channel here on Twitch, which is www.twitch.tv/TheMajestic Gamin, no G, as well as the YouTube channel, The Majestic, which you can find just by searching The Majestic, all one word, in the very first search result, or by following the link down below. Today I am joined with a number of wonderful people, but we still hope to have a couple more people in as well. But I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves, starting with Rachel. Say hello, Rachel.
Hello, my name's Rachel, and I play our half-elven rogue, Mira Helder.
Very nicely done. And Rebecca, say hello.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I play Nathara Separate, our bard.
Perfect. And Brandon, say hello.
Hello, I play Jax, the Black Dragonborn Paladin.
Perfect. We are also waiting on Justin, who plays Zashmar Ifrit, as well as Courtney, who plays Delilah, our Asamer, who has wings. But they are just a few minutes behind, as well as the stream, so I apologize that the stream was behind today, but we're going to go ahead and pick up where we left off. In fact, real quick before we do that, I would like to point out a huge thank you to @CarlyMatson on Twitter. Go ahead and check out that Twitter handle for this wonderful artwork of some of our players. There we have Jax the Dragonborn, Mira, we have Delilah and Zashmar, all standing so beautifully. And then, as well as, if you would like to make fan art, we highly encourage it. Take out your pens, your pencils, your app, which does some drawing, which a lot of people use nowadays, and things like that, though I've never been very good with them. But if you're good with it, try it out. You will get a free shout out here as a huge thank you, because any artwork is highly encouraged and very much so appreciated. And look at how beautifully this one was done. So well done again.
I look so cute.
Everyone looks so awesome. I mean, both the ladies look so adorable. The guys look so fierce. It's very well done. As well as we are going to go ahead and be playing on Tabletop Simulator again, which we have been doing for a while. Still trying it out. Let us know in the comments. I will be watching what you think of Tabletop Simulator, as well as when there's not too much action, I will have a little slideshow of things going along, so that nothing gets too boring on stream. But look at this Skyrim background. That's awesome. I mean, okay. So where we left off, the group, unfortunately, having to deal with some terrible, terrible creatures that Nathara, Jimjar, and a couple of the others had come across on their own excursions. These black pudding kind of creatures were being continued to be fought in our last episode, and the group was able to successfully defeat them, but not before losing a couple of their members. We lost Quagoff, named Prince Darendel. We also lost a deep dwarf known as Hemeth, also known as a Durgar, named Hemeth. Mira also found a key on Hemeth, but as they went along traveling, we sped things up a little bit because it would have been like another 20 days travel, but we sped things up. We've seen Sereth becoming weaker and weaker. We saw something very interesting happening to Zashmar Ifrit, the Fire Genasi, where he heard voices in his dream, but when he woke up, like some would think it to fade at consciousness, he still heard the voice. A strange voice which whispered probably not the best things and encouragement into his ear. But he accepted it maybe more than well, the perfect amount for him. but more than some would find comforting. Some other things that happened in the last episode as well were, again, just a few days travel. We found enough food to scavenge along, but we ended just on the outskirts of Neverlight Grove, which was where the group was heading. Now, as you guys travel along the outskirts, the phase risk, the glow in the tunnels all around you begins to get still more powerful, but as you would expect the light to get brighter because the walls themselves are glowing more, they're shadowed a good bit more by incredible kinds of fungus and trees growing all around you. It really is beginning to look like an underground forest now of just fungus and mushrooms the size of, well, ferns, or even to the ceiling, which goes up a good 10 feet. Some of them look a bit more interesting. Some you guys have not yet come across, but certainly catch your eye, whether it be based on their bioluminescent glow, which a lot of these plants seem to have, or just based on their texture and possible sponginess. And as you guys, again, begin to enter Neverlight Grove, you guys also begin to hear critters, small animals, creatures, constant bats, which is really interesting, because in the Underdark, you guys have not heard or seen a single bat before now. All sorts of little underground creatures are scavenging around. And I would also like to say hello to Justin, who is now in. Say hello, Justin.
Hi. Things are still a mess. Sorry.
No worries. You are perfectly fine. You just, all that you missed was just the recap of last episode. And just now we are starting to take a look at everything around us. And again, you guys are approaching this forest of fungi as you guys approach Neverlight Grove. But before I get back into the story of what you see, as well as what you guys would like to do, Justin, go ahead and say a few words about your podcast and Zero Score.
Yeah. I run the Zero Score YouTube channel, also occasionally on Twitch, if I ever get my computer back up and running. And I think you jinxed me, by the way, saying that I won't have your problems.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Again, so long as you don't have my luck, you should be good. But unfortunately, yeah, some of it must have been passed through.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. But,
okay.
Yeah, I also am a contributor to the Charge Shot website. I do a podcast there called Charged Up. Again, whenever my computer works. Otherwise, they do it without me. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Just check those out.
Perfectly done. Alright, as you guys come to this bioluminescent forest, is there anything you guys would like to do?
Can I... It might sound weird, but since there are bats here, can I make, like, just a straight up... some kind of... I don't know what it would fall under, but some type of check to see if bats are in this area, are we closer to the surface than we previously were?
Okay. That would be a survival check. Let's go ahead and try that.
Okay. 17.
17. You do get the good sense that if there are bats, there must be some sort of caves or cave entry nearby.
Go thank the gods.
Would we have noticed like any sort of difference in Zash since the previous night, or?
Zashmar, he looks about the same. In fact, We did bring this up in the last episode. Since there were so many days of travel, that sort of happened in the middle of it. And afterwards, Zashmar said that he was had a little bit more pip in his step, especially with Eldith Feldrun, one of the NPCs. He decided to get a little bit closer to her, not just literally, but figuratively. Not a huge bit, of course. He's very closed off as a person still, as you guys still, Mira and Jax and Delilah really don't know the first thing about his history, aside from he must be half genie. But, yeah, I would say that, if anything, a few days ago, he got a little bit more encouragement. Determined, if that helps.
And do we just see the fungus around us, or do we see some form of a city?
Right now, you guys just see a forest. Like, it's like you guys are trapped in a giant forest of mushrooms, and the caverns that you guys narrowly, like, sometimes so small that you guys had to squeeze between, to the average length of about 15 feet wide, vastly opened in both directions to this just underground forest that, much like the Dark Lake, without your echoes of footsteps, you would be easily fooled into thinking that this were actually outdoors, maybe just on a very dark night.
Hmm.
You do hear the constant dripping of water, though. Again, constant noises of bats, critters scurrying around, and yeah. For any more observations, I just say I would say if you're really looking around, take a perception check for me.
All right.
Whoever would like to.
12.
Okay. Was that just you? Did anyone
14?
else? 14 for Zash?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you guys notice, Zash, you notice something moving up ahead of you. It looks as though one of the trees, or rather a group of fungus, actually scurries across your path up ahead.
Like, they move?
Yeah, there's something that moved across the bioluminescent glow in front of you guys. Very soon after that happens, Stool releases his spore cloud into the air and goes, "I'm not quite sure what that was, but it was not one of my myconids."
Did it scurry out, like, immediately away from us, or is it, like, kind of going across?
Just like across your path ahead of you, like a black cat in an ominous tone.
Okay. Because I feel like Zash would, like, freak out and immediately, like, shoot an Eldritch Blast.
Oh god.
At, like a startled, like,
Okay.
across me.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. At 60 feet, Eldritch Blast, does that have any effects for distance?
It's 120 feet.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain I fail that miserably. Let me double check if I have any way to get away from that. Pretty sure I don't. I'm thinking of my other character that can reroll once.
Okay.
Yep, I failed that miserably.
Alright.
No, wait, I picked up... I'm not going to use Lucky on this, never mind. That's right. My level 4 feat is Lucky, but I'm not going to use it right now.
Yeah. Your blast goes veering off as you get startled by what this is. You just go, ah! And in your arms, expecting you to hold your arm out in front of you to make a precise attack. Eldritch Blast, it more so, the startling amount of it causes you to more so spray an Eldritch Blast uncontrollably from your hand as you sort of cringe, leading the blast actually to go flying into the forest trees a bit. But it does give a good bit of light to what you thought you saw scurry in front of you, which appears to be a humanoid, just covered in all sorts of moss and fungus, though. It continues to run, though, and it makes a little screech, as though now it seems as though the creature is running in fright.
Yeah, you better run.
Beautifully done. You guys continue on, and the path begins to narrow again once more, slowly, from this forest to a very precise tunnel opening, which more of just an archway. Immediately beyond this archway, it opens up into a far less dense foliaged area, but still plenty of foliage around, plenty of fauna, flora of all sorts, and in there appear to be a number of walking creatures that look very similar to your friend Stool. My people. Stool lets out like a very long, very deep, breathful sigh of relief, it seems. He goes, one of our leaders should be able to help us, but I should point out, as grateful as I am for you all leading me here, I am now home, and as much as I wish you the best on your further adventures, this is where I shall remain. He says, and you guys see, he doesn't really have a face as much. He doesn't really have facial features, but you guys see what you think in one of the cracks along his face turns into a very wide smile. He's very happy. Very relieved, it seems.
Before he parts ways with us, I want to ask if there's like a market nearby or something, where we could potentially get some health potions.
Yes. All of that, I'm sure, would be able to be answered by my leader in this case, but as much of a market as you might think, I hate to say, we have different living conditions from you. But again, that can all be explained by Sovereign Basidia.
And also, before he leaves, Zash gets a big smile on his face and just walks up to Stool, puts a hand on each shoulder, and goes,
Ouch, ouch,
are
ouch,
Stool.
ouch. He says, your hands being a
His
bit
hands
warm
aren't
to
on
the-
fire.
No, okay, fair enough. But he's, I just imagine not being on fire, but they're like still warm just from your base nature. And he is a fungal creature that likes dark, damp, cold, pretty much the opposite of what you are. So he very telepathically does like a lightly then, not very loud or anything like that, just like an ouch, 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 ouch. But he gives a big sod, or a big not sod, jeez, a big nod as you say that, and he goes, "We are Stool." But he actually
I have
says
to.
that out loud. He says that out loud, not telepathically with the spores. He says, "We are Stool."
Cute.
Yeah. That's adorable.
I wanna go over and just give him a little kiss on the top of his head.
Just an extra spore cloud, which serves no purpose.
It was
And you get a really bad fungal rash.
You were a lovely traveling companion, darling.
And you. I cannot wait to speak with the others of my community.
Jax kisses him on the mouth.
Alright.
Jax comes up and just lets out a big grin along the sides of his dragonborn snout, and comes in, and those lips pucker into this little bit that kisses Stool on that line that you guys noticed earlier, as Stool again just very happily nods down now. I shall go find Sovereign Basidia. And Stool begins to walk away into the crowd of other Mike Nut Sprouts. As he does that, I want everyone to make a perception check.
Alright.
Oh, natural 20.
I got a 15.
15?
12.
Okay.
What did you get? Perception.
19?
Yeah, you got a 19.
I didn't see it before you picked it up.
I did.
Okay. Those of you who got above 15 are able to continue to keep an eye on Stool as he walks away. But if you got under 15, he just immediately disappears into the group of Mike and Sprouts.
Yeah,
he
you
does
know
that.
where he is.
As that happens, though, Jax, you notice that Sereth is looking like he's about to just pass out right now.
Okay, I run to Sereth and I prepare to catch him.
As you do that, Sereth slowly goes completely limp throughout his entire body, topples to the ground, and with your arms strewn out, you're able to hold him and protect him from the harsh floor ground as he just collapses in your arms.
Okay, I gently put him down, and I want to, would it be like a medical check to see if I can tell what's wrong with him?
You can make a medical check if you would like.
I would like.
Alright, go ahead and roll a medical
Nice.
check.
So that's 19 plus 120.
20, very nice.
Yeah.
He seems to be completely exhausted, having spent days with him, traveling for bits that certainly weren't too tiring for deep gnomes. It is unnatural for him to have this level of exhaustion, but you can gather that it's probably not just from your guys' travels. There's something very wrong with him, though.
Okay. I relay this to the group and say that we need to find someone, unless Delilah probably wouldn't know much more, right?
Would she like to do anything?
I don't know what else she could do. I rolled pretty good on that. I don't see her being able to tell much more than I did.
Well, what would she want to do? You gotta call out what your intent of a check is.
Well, I just feel like her being a cleric and a better healer than me, she would,
Okay.
I don't know. like sort of check.
Her
Same
being a
thing.
cleric definitely helps with certain particular roles, but is there one in mind that you have that like might be helpful for this? I say that because there's a number, and I don't want to.
Okay. I think I could, because I showed her the mark from the other day, and she seemed to know a little bit more about it. I think that she would check to see if she can see a mark on him.
Okay. That would be an investigation check. What's your Delilah's total for an investigation check?
Just 1 second. $18.
18. She doesn't find any sort of markings on him. His skin, in fact, looks to be completely normal for an elf, except since he's a deep elf, just a good bit more pale and purple. A dark purple, but also quite a bit more pale than he normally is.
Zash goes over to him and just like helps him up, kind of like, on his shoulder.
Okay.
He's like, "Come on, man, you're stronger than this. We'll find you some help."
I'm pretty sure he's unconscious.
Actually, as Ash says that, he goes, "I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. Thank you."
It's okay, someone will.
As you say that, Stool starts heading back with a, again, very similar mic in its sprout, and they walk up, and this mic in its sprout, aside from the telepathic voice that overcomes you upon her spore cloud, there is no other way to distinct that she is different, let alone a female, than Stool. But she goes, it is good of you all to come. I must say, I wish that it were under the normal circumstances of Neverlight Grove. But visitors with kind intent are welcome nonetheless.
Zash knows one's kind intent and stays quiet. Because he wants to help his friend and doesn't know how to be nice.
It is kind of you all to keep with our tradition. Well, mostly tradition. We Myconids often prefer quiet, seeing as how, I'm sure you guys know by now, we speak by telepathic means. A day in Neverlight Grove, aside from the occasional noises that the critters make, is often very quiet. But, as it does not appear to be the case now, you guys, begin to hear, too, some, not really music, but just some much more lively, jovial interaction and spirited noises of sorts coming from the more so back area of Neverlight Grove, because again you guys came into an opening passage, it once again narrows. It's a big bulbous room, not room, but giant bulbous part of a town. And then it narrows once again in the back, and then it once again bellows out. And you guys just see an opening over there, but there appears to be some sorts of noises from there. Again, a lot more energetic than you would expect Neverlight Grove, and any myconid sprouts to be.
Is there a festival or something going on over there?
No, not nearly a festival. Just some very lost myconids, it would seem. I don't know how to explain it. She just gazes off, sort of lost and distant as she looks over at that direction.
Did these myconids have horrible dreams before becoming lost?
I wouldn't say that. In fact, not only did none of them bring any attention to such things, but the myconids, who seem more lively than usual, often say things to us like, "Rejoice in the truth of union that will meld us all," and "The day of joy is now." Things of that sort. Don't get me wrong, we myconids take very long melding, what's the word I'm looking for? I drew a blank. We myconids often meld throughout the day, but it seems as though whenever anyone melds with them, they too become like them.
I don't really know much about your culture. Do you have a central religion?
Not as quite. In fact, I'm sure that all that you have seen seems rather alien to you. And you creatures, she takes a huge pause before that word, seem strange to us. I hate to say it, but sometimes we can't even tell any of you apart. But our way of life seems odd to most of those who come down here. We were made up of 5 circles. Every day, for 8 of your hours or so, we would go out to the fields of fungus and harvest what we need. Then, for 8 hours or so of your time, we shall meld in a process that shares not only our feelings, but all of our thoughts with each other. And then we rest for another 8 or so of your hours. We repeat the process. Nothing changes. Nothing needs to. It works perfectly, and we live in harmony. But ever since they've been changing, well, the one who leads alongside me, Savan Philo, seems to also have changed. He made 2 new circles, which have granted mistrust in those who seem to be faithful and trusting of us, the Circle of Masters, as well as the... Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name right now. I apologize about that. But there goes the illusion. But as well as the... Oh my gosh, okay, there's the Circle of Hunters, the Circle of Explorers, the Circle of Sowers, the Circle of Builders, the Circle of Growers, the Inner Circle. The Inner Circle. Ever since Philo has been feeling this way, the inner circle and the circle of masters have been working as more of a trickle-down effect, where only a select few are allowed to meld, and then they meld with another few, and then they with another few, so on and so forth. This division has created classes in our economy which have never existed before, and many are worried. Lumabab, the leader of the Circle of Hunters, and Rasharu, the leader of the Circle of Explorers, are often suspicious as I am about such things.
Your culture is really interesting.
Yes. Thank you.
So you're gonna be able to help my friend or not?
Your friend? She looks over and again, she just now notices that it seems, again, no real facial structure, but she does turn the entirety of her being a little bit like maybe 25 degrees over to the side in just a perfect circle to point to you and I did not sense something was different with him. What is the matter?
Look at him. He's dying. I don't know, honestly.
Dying? What is dying?
Why did we come here?
He seems to be feeling really weak.
But it's more than just exhaustion.
Some myconids get very frail and weak before their time for reimplantation comes, and once they are refertilizing the soil from where they came. Is that what you mean?
I mean, yeah, but without the, implantation part, he just kind of goes away.
We kind of hope it's not that bad yet.
He must have been through many, many cycles for that to have already occurred.
Maybe you could help us in a different way. Do you know of any entrances to the surface or any other places that have people like us?
Well, I personally do not, but I'm sure that if one is available, Rasharu, the leader of the explorers, would have come across it.
Fantastic. And where would Rasharu be?
In the circle of explorers. As many of the other workers work throughout their 8 beginnings hours, the leaders of the circles stay in their circles for a full 16 of your hours, awaiting to help and meld with anyone who needs it.
Would there be any way for someone to lead me to Rasharu?
Well, it should be pretty easy to find him. As you walk around the outskirts, you will see the 5 sustained circles and the 2 new circles, with huts scattered all around them which other myconids sleep in. And just beyond that is the grove of Zuggtmoy.
does his particular circle have any defining features, or can I have someone lead me there?
That is a good question. Because I'm sure... Do we look as similar to you as you do to us?
Most definitely.
Ah. He will be the fourth circle down if you follow a path slightly to my left. You're right. As she points, again, just spins a good bit in like a 45-degree manner, as like one extended branch of like fungus kind of thing sort of edges outward. You see that the circles do sort of line up a little bit along that side, as well as the two newer circles are more so centralized. And to your left, there are a bunch of huts and things like that, but the circles more so travel along your right, and you can see from where you are too that 4 circles down there is a myconid sprout just sort of relaxing there.
Alright.
Well, let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in that direction.
Shouldn't we ask if there's like any healers nearby? Do they have a healer?
Well, you can ask. I'm looking at one answer at a time.
Okay. Yep, I knew I said the wrong thing. I gave a look to the people in the stream. I would like to point out the place beyond is the Yggmorgus. That's the name of it. Yggmorgus. Yggmorgus. And that's what is in that little section beyond, which she again pointed to.
Okay, we go there.
Okay. You go there, or you go to the 4th circle?
4th circle.
Okay. Oh, wait. Apparently there is a map of this. I thought that was... Again, I cannot wait till I make things up myself and I'm able to remember them. Because I am terrible at remembering things. Yeah. Okay, you guys go to the 4th area still. Along your right, and there is a big lake though in the middle of it, with again some huts scattered around and a layer of divide, sort of like a good difference in elevation from where you guys came in. It's low into the ground, and then there's a lake in the middle, and all sorts of the fungus and stuff that they're picking up off the ground. Then there's a misshapen or misshapen loop that goes around of that divide, and up there are the huts, 2 of the circles, and the circle that you guys are going to is still on the same level as you guys go are heading, and you guys walk over to there with as you do, you guys do come across a few, not really trading areas per se, just like a few communal items, as well as sort of a myconid who is more so responsible for keeping an eye on these items and just handing them out and things. A lot of them appear to be tools, possibly utensils of some sort, like scalpels, even things like that, and some other various things that they probably got through, again, more so unintentional trading with other creatures of the Underdark. Does anyone want to wish to stop at that?
No, I just want to go to the guy who may know the way out.
Okay.
I might look back later, but
All right. You guys continue on. Same with Jax as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
you come with us?
Yeah.
You guys continue on into this big circle. And there... Oh, shoot. Not the color I wanted. There is Rasharu, the leader of the explorers. Circle of explorers. I am Rasharu, he says, as you guys walk up. And again, you guys see a very similar spore around him. He didn't necessarily release it as you guys approached, but more so it was there in a constant cloud around him. What is it that I might help you with? He says.
We just talked with your leader, and she said that you would be the person to ask if you knew of a way to, if there were any entrances to the surface, or if there were any other places where people like us would be, so we can get help for our friend over here. And I point to Zareth.
I do know of a way to the surface, but unfortunately, the path leads through Yigmorgus, and none of the myconid sprouts have been venturing in there anymore.
Why is that?
Some of them tell others that they are not allowed and guard it, and the others are too afraid to oppose, so they harvest.
Do they only have a problem with your kind going through, or have they let anyone else go through?
There have been only one of your kind to come, and they approached a few days ago. But many of the myconid sprouts that guard it quickly hurried it into Yigmortis.
Do you know what they looked like?
Like all of you, he says.
Were they short? Were they tall?
They were average. He says, pointing to everyone too, but he also points to the, he points to Jax, which is probably the largest among you, and then points to, Jim Jar. One of the smallest among you.
So this person came through, but they ushered him or her back up through, what was it called? Ye something?
Yigmorgus. It is not an up. It is, well, part of Neverlight Grove. It makes up almost half of Neverlight Grove. But it is where all the Yigmorgus is kept.
If we were to try and go ourselves without getting you involved, would you be able to give us directions, at least from memory, to get to the surface? Or at least the path to it?
Yes, I would. Is that what you all wish?
How long would it take to get to the surface?
Maybe a day or so.
Based off of my assessment of Sareth, will he last?
You're getting the idea that Sareth is standing a little bit more. Yeah, in fact, I forgot to ask you all this. They did pretty good with this, but, what is everyone's, passive perception?
11.
Also 11.
14.
Dang. Oh, yeah, because you have that thing.
Yeah.
10 is, Navarra's.
Alright. And what is Delilah's?
I think hers is 10 as well. I got
Okay. Good to know. Yeah, he will probably... You don't know. I mean, he might make it, but you don't really know what this is. He seems weak.
Zash turns to him and just goes, "What do you think, buddy? You wanna risk it?"
He looks at you, and he says, just like that. He very,
I'll take that as a yes. Let's go.
It was like a very faint noise of something that he's trying to tell you.
It sounded like outside to me, so that's fine.
Okay.
Wow. Before we head out and do all this, Delilah's going to attempt a lesser restoration on him. I don't think it'll actually do anything, but...
Okay, let me check something real quick. Okay, lesser restoration can heal blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned, correct?
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Okay. Delilah walks up, holds out her hands around him, very weakly slumped over Zash's form, and holds out both of her hands to more so one at the center of the temple of his head, one along the side, and a glow emanates from her hands as he, for a minute, holds his head up toward that glow, but then as she pulls away, slumps back down once again.
I thought so, but you never know.
And I'm going to ask for the directions to get out of here.
Alright. You start to take down the notes. After Delilah does that, he once again whispers something toward Delilah a little bit more now.
Can she, get closer to him to try and hear what he says?
How close does she get?
Ear almost touching mouth.
Ear almost touching mouth. Delilah gets up really, really close to, with her ear almost touching his mouth, and she starts to make out the words, "I'm sorry."
Oh, shit.
As he takes out a dagger, slashes it up against her face, and Delilah takes... come on, where is it?
Doesn't he have to roll to hit?
As his face It's a he is gonna roll in just a minute. I gotta pull up the actual weapon. It is a sneak attack. Alright. There it is. Alright, so Sereth is going to roll to hit Delilah, and he's going to swing it around too to also get Zash, who's holding him up. That is a 11 to hit Delilah, which I believe does not hit, yeah. And Zash, you guys will see why in just a moment. That is 14 to hit.
That hits exactly.
Hits exactly. He swings around, and the moment Delilah hears this, she pulls back. She turns her head to look at his face. His eyes have gone completely white, as though they've cauterized completely over. She pulls back. The blade swings through the air, missing her, but just jamming right into Zash along the side of his shoulder. He takes Okay, it seems like other than that, it's just normal though. He does Oh. 3 points of piercing damage to Zash. And as he does that, he takes his arm off of Zash and just quickly starts darting down the way to Mortis.
How far away is he from me?
Can Delilah take a swing at his head before he takes off? Like as soon as she sees him slash Zash?
She cannot.
Hold on, I was updating my hit points. I'm doing a reaction against him.
You
because
cannot.
that pissed him off. Why not? It's a reaction.
You cannot.
How far away is he from me?
He is just.
But it's 60
running.
feet, and
Yes.
it's a reaction.
I know.
At the initial start of all of this, how far away was he from me?
He. Let's see. Is this a good representation? Probably not. Yeah, that's pretty good. He starts darting off this way. And
But when I first heard him hit Zash,
yeah.
how far away was he?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 feet. It's a big circle. You guys were sort of spanned out. Delilah went over to check him out. And yeah.
Just upon hearing that, can I attempt to throw a dagger? It'll be at disadvantage, but can I just throw it?
Yeah, you can throw it. But yeah, you can try and throw it, but
I'm getting the hint we can't hit him.
I'm gonna try.
you guys are sensing that there is possibly something more to the reason why.
11.
With
I rolled
disadvantage?
2 7s. Yeah, I had two. Both of them are 7s.
Yeah, it just goes flying just completely wide, and it ends up hitting just one of the stalks of tree fungus that's down there, as he is just running to Mortis.
I'm gonna run after him.
You run after him?
Yeah.
Alright. You keep a pace of about 60 feet behind him. What does everyone else do?
Yeah.
I take off running as well.
You take off running as well. You keep
Same.
a pace of Zashmar about 65 feet. Jax, you were a good bit behind. We'll say about 75 feet behind, and the rest of the group just begins to follow along with you, I believe.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is counting into like a battle setting, but as he's running, I'm now using my movement action and bonus action to just run. Try and catch him.
Okay. Nice. With your bonus action, you do get an extra 30 feet on him before you guys quickly approach to Yigmortis. He's also dashing and stuff like that, but we'll say you catch up a good bit to him. Him being a bit weaker, everyone does catch up a good bit more, but you guys approach Yigmortis. Very... Okay, I need a sip of my drink for this.
I do have the directions, though, right?
Yeah, you got that.
Okay. I've got my dagger.
Actually, do us a favor. Go ahead and make an intelligence roll.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Let's see. Just straight up intelligence. That's a 7.
All right. Some of what Rasharu was saying seems a little bit confusing. You think you have the instructions down, though.
Okay.
That's just how you feel. All right.
Worst case scenario, I can just try to use basic survival.
Yep. All right. You guys follow him in to this giant opening of Yigmortis, as you've known it to be called. There, interestingly enough, is once you guys get past the doorway, about 10 feet in, he stops.
Can I grab him?
Just completely stops. You run up to grab him, and immediately your attention is caught by this giant fungaloid creature in a white wedding dress with what would appear to be 12 other creatures who seem to be bridesmaids standing around her. And it looks as though this creature looks directly at you, Mira. As the rest of the group begins to trickle in behind you, everyone's stopping, just your attention caught way more than you expected it to, not suspecting a thing of this, and the Mike and Sprouts, who attempted to stop you all, still being rather peaceful, considering that they're Mike and Sprouts, they just watch as you guys run in, and you thought that all the dangers were out of the way, but no, once you enter into this sense of power that you all feel that really gets you. It's like an aura that you can faintly see around her, but really can't with your mortal eyes, but you just know it's there.
Sorry.
In just this omnipresent, echoing voice, you hear, "Ah, you finally made it. Come forth, Sereth. I've been waiting for you." As Sereth just begins
Can I
to walk
grab
down.
his arm?
You cannot. Yeah, no, you try and reach it, and it's as though he just slips right out of your grasp in front of you. He's there, he's solid. You had him for a second, but it's like your fingertips just slipped right on the edge of his forearm, which is weird, but considering how confident you feel about your ability to snatch things when people aren't looking, or be able to reach out and take something, he just passes right along.
I'm gonna yell at
to
the
walk
thing,
forward.
and I'm gonna say, "Who is he to you?"
Who are you to me? Just another simple cockroach. But he...
I'm gonna. Alright.
What are you gonna do as she continues to
I'm
talk?
gonna attempt to bullshit my way through this. I'm gonna say, depending on your answer, maybe a rival.
My only rival is my older brother, who also tends to make a splash on his approach.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
Tentacle guy.
As you guys whisper below your breath, oh shit. She goes, he is one of my many, many followers. He is one of the people who has succumbed to my spores. And, alas, he got away for a while. But once he murdered that other drow prisoner and did the biddings I wished, include trapping that poor prince that I transformed, I knew that he would make his way soon enough back to me.
He really was a prince.
That's why he was drawn here and didn't know why. Damn.
He's long gone from anyone that he may have been, but he can still serve a rightful purpose. As she extends her fungal, sort of fingers outstretched toward him along his face. You guys just hear a slidey as it goes along his cheek, as he just stands there completely still, with the still completely glazed over eyes that only some of you are now noticing. I've been waiting for many of my minions to come, and unfortunately some of them are still lost for now, but as I wait here for my prince, my reach grows more powerful by the day, and I soon will have complete control over all of the Underdark.
What do you particularly mean by prince?
Oh, I know he should not see a bride before the wedding, but I wouldn't even want to talk about him to ruin any surprises. Now go, cockroaches. I'm done with you. No one should see the bride before the wedding, so I suggest you all leave.
Fantastic. That is exactly what we were planning on doing. Now, if we could just get to the pathway to the surface, we'll be out of your hair.
Huh. She just tosses up her hand, and the bridesmaids sort of create like a... you guys ever see those videos whenever there's like Secret Service quickly crowding an important person, mostly the president, and they just perform a human wall shield around them?
Yeah.
They just quickly, like with a single step, all of them perform a perfect shield around her, as there are two left out that just point you along to a smaller passage off to the right.
Would that be the way to get out of there? From what I
It would
remember.
seem like that's one of the few ways you're allowed to move right at this very moment.
Zash takes one more look at Sereth and then just starts walking. Doesn't even wait for them.
Alright. I hate to say it. I think this is where we part, says Jimjar. Me and the other twins, we prefer the dark. We're not huge fans of up there in the light, and if you guys are going up to the surface, well, it'd be best if we stay behind. Glabagul just sort of moves behind them without really saying anything. Obviously, I should say telepathically saying anything.
If that's the case, I'm gonna go, I want to give the twins a hug. If I'm not gonna see them again.
We hope you'll come and visit again. Yeah. Says Topsy and Turvy, both hugging him from both sides, sort of, but both of them only like getting one leg. They just latch onto you and give you a tight, sort of tearful farewell.
I'll try. But if you ever need me, I'm sure you'll find a way.
We hope. Well,
And you know, where I come from, twins are very lucky. I think you'll do just fine.
they both smile and look at each other. Lifted a good bit. Well, it's gonna be a long journey for me. Especially with these two.
And then
We
you
best
take care
get
of
on.
them.
I know. But I should really be the one you look out for. I bet you 5 gold pieces that I'm a were-rat before the end of the day.
You know what? If I see you again, I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, you better. They'll begin to walk the other way from where you guys came and entered into Yigmortis. The only one that's left with you is Eldith Feldrum. As you guys slowly make your way, of course, and all the NPCs as well. Or, I mean, all the player characters as well. You guys begin to make your way down a cavern. With the continued noises of dripping all around you, with the lost light that the Phaserus provided for the rest of the area very strongly. It gets darker immediately once you guys enter this tunnel, and it's very, very jagged in certain parts. You have to sort of maneuver around different rocks and outcroppings of stone that, for some of the larger, we'll just say, well, jacks, is difficult to get around. But
I don't know, Delilah's pretty tall.
Delilah
She's
is
an ass.
I think she said she's
also
also
able to. Yeah, she's not very tall, but her wings
Really?
are an additional height. But she can maneuver them pretty well to tighten them up and just duck her head and wings down whenever there's a low area of rock. But you guys follow your way along for a good bit of the directions that Mira was supplied with. But there does come a point where what Rasharud told you isn't starting to make sense anymore. I would like you to make that survival check as you continue to lead the group.
15. Not too bad.
Thank goodness, yeah. You're able to continue to hear the bats, which echo a bit more now. And you actually see them flying in... The reason why it was difficult is because the path sort of breaks up into, like, sort of a four corners thing. And the bats from your direction all head straight, and the bats from the left and right also turn to head straight in front of you. And you're getting the sense that that is the right way to go. Now, as you guys follow along it, though, I would like everyone to make a perception check.
Natural 20.
17.
13.
14.
And Delilah got it
Thank you. That's what I was
Oh
gonna
no!
Oh,
say.
Lord.
Delilah got 2. That is not terrible. Don't worry. The natural 20 is a really good thing to have had.
too. Nice.
You're perceptive today.
I am. Delilah isn't.
No. She's trying to keep her wings from getting smushed.
Okay. It is you then who hears a good bit in the distance behind you. Well, shit. I do think that they probably went this way, Elvira.
I relay this to the group.
Alright.
I get out my crossbow.
I vote we run, says Eldith as she just begins to dart straight ahead of you guys.
Delilah gets a spiritual weapon ready, just in case.
Okay. You guys
I'm
stand
running.
your ground? You guys run?
No, I'm running.
Well, I guess I'll follow everybody else, but...
We've been following you lot for a while as they just hear, really, you can hear your own echoes of steps all throughout the corridors around you. But you don't see them, you just hear the, laughter of, the one character, which, I won't say unless you guys remember, but you guys don't see them, but you know that they're catching up a good bit, and also
How many
ahead of you.
footsteps did we hear?
You heard. Make a perception check.
No, 5.
You heard a bunch of footsteps, like a bunch of them. There's at least 2 people there.
But I do remember they said only one was ushered this way. It's really echoey.
It's very echoey. Your own steps make it so difficult.
I have my greatsword ready, just in case.
Alright, you guys
I got my
continue to run?
crossbow. Are we
Do you
gonna
guys-
run or are we
do
gonna
you guys
stand our
stand?
ground?
Run. I don't have any weapons.
Perception checks again.
Really? All of us? Okay.
God damn it. Okay.
6.
Me and Delilah both got 10.
God damn it! Nat 1!
17.
Son of a bitch.
17. Zash, with his determination, is the one who notices this. There's a bit of light up ahead of you guys. There's a faint, slivered hole of light. Do you let them know?
Please.
Yeah.
Alright.
He.
Yeah, say
Well,
what you
I
say.
debated it because honestly, I don't feel like he would, but me as a player doesn't want to like leave them hanging. So he kind of like he pauses for a second, and then just shouts down, or no, I guess not shouts. He's next to them. Just kind of lets everyone know. I think we're close, and then starts running.
Then continues to run.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna run as well. Just because I think it would be easier to shoot someone coming out of an opening than trying to shoot them while we're still in the cave.
Okay. You're gonna try and shoot them while you're in the cave?
No, I'm gonna run to the opening. And if I see someone hostile, I'm gonna try and shoot them.
Okay. I would say for that then, that you're holding your action constantly to attack on sight, in
Yeah.
which case you wouldn't be able to dash and keep up the pace of everyone else.
Well, I could still dash with my bonus, so I would still get double speed.
Well, you could dash with your bonus, but yeah, you're not wrong, because so you're
If
not
I
dashing with your action, you're dashing
I'm
with
dashing
just
with
a
my
bonus, and okay, Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Coming up closer, the rest of you begin to see it. Sort of a halo-y glow just on the edge of the horizon of your sight. It appears to be daylight. The echoing sort of slowly begins to fade around you of the noises of bats, drips, and drops to the noise of wind just across the exterior of this opening in the tunnel. And you guys make a encouraged dash faster and faster toward it. But knowing that the steps behind you are catching up, you have no reason to stop, but you still fear that that might be the last sight that you guys see. Coming up to it, you dart through the opening into a planed, grassy area of land along the side of a mountain, sort of mountainous, uprooted area. Not a mountain itself, but just like a big hill of rocks that are often mined into in most cases. And around you is just a field of grain and solid ground beneath your feet, solid dirt, not mush, which as you guys were running up the cavern, it sort of took some of the impact and additional effort in order to move through. Now you guys are on solid land, which you guys have not felt for a very long time.
Once I get to the top, can I turn around at least a few feet from the entrance, turn around and train my crossbow on anything that might be hostile coming up?
Alright.
Jax, as soon as he exits, is going to take a look at the hole. Are there any big clusters of rocks that could be knocked to block the entrance?
Make a perception check. Actually, we'll say... That might be survival. Still
Okay.
wisdom, but slightly different.
17.
17? There appears to be a couple of rocks which might, with enough force, be moved into an effective kind of weaponous kind of thing.
But not to block the entrance.
That's what I mean by it. They look like they're teetering. They look like big, heavy rocks that are more so up toward the top, where if you get the right hit, it could hurt someone. You don't know if there'll be enough weight to barricade it. You don't know if they do fall, if anyone will be able to push out the way. But there are rocks around the outside that have potential. Okay, so Mira's there, keeping her eye out. The rest of you continue to run along, I'm guessing. Does anyone do anything else? Hello?
We're all kind of holding here, right? To see if they come out?
You guys all hold? Okay. You can. I was wondering if anyone else did anything.
Is anyone gonna hold a spell or an attack?
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was debating.
Oh, that's gonna run out a good bit further. You guys have a little bit of time before they come. What would Nathara like to do? Continue running, or?
God damn it.
Those
No,
are
I need
second
my level 1 spells.
I want to get in position of the rocks, next to them, in order to push them or knock them or...
Where's your other...
Okay.
Just like
No, I only
preparing.
Good question. Do you have
Four.
any
No, I only have 3.
bow or arrow?
cantrips.
You gave me you let me pick one.
Are they higher than like 7 or 8 feet? Because I'm almost 8 foot and I have my greatsword. So could I like?
Yeah, they're higher.
Okay. I also have Thunderous Smite, which makes a very loud noise for up to 300 feet. Would that be enough to shake them? And
Make an intelligence check for me.
not very good. 15.
15. I'd say you know that if it's correctly aimed and used, yeah, they could fall.
Okay.
And actually, Nathar has Thunder Wave. Would that help as well?
I have Bane too.
I
Well, that
need you
would
to
help a
make
person.
a survival check first to see if you see this. He hasn't told you anything about this. And you stopped right at the edge of the corridor. I'd say
Oh
that
no,
without...
it's for Nathara.
Oh,
She
Nathar,
would be able
you're
to
right.
figure that out.
You didn't
She's
stop
one
there.
with spells.
You ran a bit further.
Would I have to make a survival?
Yeah.
15.
15. Yeah, you see them. Go ahead and make an intelligence check, too. Dang it.
No.
That's probably not gonna work.
Yeah, probably not.
4. Yeah, it's a 4.
Is it a saving throw?
No,
No,
it's just a
Just
regular
straight up
old 4.
intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a dum dum.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hold an action.
All right.
Could I do Bane?
Like in sight of the opening.
Yeah, you could hold Bane
Yeah.
on the person.
How
I
long
get
could
Thunderous Smite like
It's
ready,
just
like I'm
one
about
person?
to cast it. It only lasts a minute, so I don't want to do it yet. But
Well, it depends. We don't know how many people there are. So if you cast it, you could probably cast it, say, save it for the first person who comes through the door, or something like that.
Well, it can be up to 3 creatures of my choice, so I'd rather wait until we know how many are there before I do anything.
And it would be better if you were in combat, because it only lasts a minute,
Yeah.
and that mostly works well in combat, so... If that...
If I did Thunder Wave, anyone who's in a 50, or not 50, a 15 foot cube radius of me, I was gonna get attacked. Yeah, I have really shit spells, Rachel. And I did it to myself.
You have some nice cantrips, though.
I do have nice cantrips, but they're like nice in a friendly way, not nice in a good way.
You do know that you can, in between things, re-prepare new spells, right?
Yeah, but that's what I was doing beforehand, but
Okay.
I liked my spells at the time.
Alright, they continue to move forward, and the first one that you see come out of the darkened shadows is Elvira, about 20 feet away from you all.
I'm gonna shoot her, I'm gonna shoot her, I'm gonna shoot her!
Alright,
Is she
since
still
you've been
in
holding-
the cavern though?
I'd say that all of you have been pretty much holding your action till you saw her. Yeah, she's still in the cavern, about 20 feet into it. She's 20 feet away from Mira, I should say, who's right at the edge of the cavern.
Okay.
And apparently in the background audio, there's just a horse with a trolley walking by. Probably not the best for this scene, but you know. So
Nothing
that's
to see
happening.
here,
Nothing
friends.
to see here. So, getting out all the sheets so that it's a lot easier for me. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Mira, working our way back at where I have it all situated. Because you guys have been holding your action. So Mira, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna shoot her with my crossbow.
Are you sure about that?
Could I use Assassinate on this?
Explain the assassinate again for me.
Alright, she's probably not surprised because she's been following us, so I couldn't do the crit on a hit for Assassinate.
Crit
But
on a
the thing for Assassinate is advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. Any successful hit against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit. And I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure if this technically counts as combat, since we're not into an initiative.
It is still combat because it's an attack thing. It's just a surprise round because you guys
Okay.
have been holding an action. So you do get the crit.
Oh, I get the crit for a surprise?
Yep. It
Oh,
sounds like
cool.
it. But you don't have sneak attack because there's not someone around her. Or no, you would because I mean she's
Let me see
expecting
what sneak
it,
attack
though.
works.
Sneak attack is
Oh,
if there's someone
actually, if
around
I
her
have
and if she's
advantage
not
on the
suspecting.
attack, so since I'm going before her, I would have advantage, so I would still get sneak attack.
Advantage on the attack, I believe, is if you have an advantage with.
I can read sneak attack. Once per turn, deal blank d6 extra damage to a creature if you have advantage on the attack, or if an ally is within 5 feet of the target. The attack must be with a finesse or ranged weapon.
Yeah, there's no reason it doesn't seem like why you have an advantage on the attack roll. It doesn't seem like it. It's just a sneak attack. Not. I shouldn't say that. It's just a surprise round, is what it's known as. There's no necessary reason for you to have advantage. It seems.
Even if I use assassinate?
Assassinate. The actual definition is that's advantage.
Yeah, I would get advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat. As well as if they're surprised, it's a crit. But that's why I was asking, is it technically me going before them if it's a surprise round or if it's an actual combat?
Correct. I'm still, I apologize, I'm still trying to, so I did hear the other bit, but I didn't hear the bit about it being advantage. So it is advantage, she is not surprised by it, but, so you do have sneak attack and assassin.
Awesome.
Do me a favor, also
Oh god!
Oh shit.
What is that, first off?
Well with advantage, I got a 4 plus 4, which is 8, and a natural 20!
Oh, good, crit. So you do crit, anyway. Very nicely done.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage for that.
And I also have the drow poison on the hand crossbow, so this is fun. Let's see, with dice, it's... Ooh! Let's see, the dice comes out to 5, 10, 15, so
see.
that would be 32
Yeah,
total. 32 total, because it's double dice plus...
Yeah.
Oh shit, full house.
Sorry.
Is it still just 32?
Yeah, my sister rolled 2 more d6 to see if she could get a full house or another
I
or a
wanted
Yahtzee.
to get a Yahtzee.
Yeah.
She rolled 2 3s, so it's a full house. But yeah, it would be 32 points of damage.
Very nicely done.
And
Jeez.
I have to save for the drow poison.
As she walks up, then that was with your thrown dagger,
No, that was with my hand crossbow.
hand crossbow. As she emerges from the dark corridor with a smirk along the side of her face, you just so ready. You line her up in the sights, and it sinks into her right along the neck, in between her collarbone and her chin. As she just she just lets out this angry grunt that lets her hair just push forward quickly in a sudden, still flowy manner as the long silver hair hangs down from her dark elf form. After that, we're gonna let Jax do his sneak attack. Real quick, before that, I want everyone to go ahead and roll initiative too. This is a sneak attack round, but I would like to know initiative first.
20.
You don't have any add addition to it?
Do
For
I?
initiative? You have +2, so it's 22.
22.
I got a 12. And did she make a saving throw for the drow poison, or is she immune?
I haven't checked that yet, actually. Constitution saving of 13 or greater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she makes it 12. So
No,
yeah,
she's poisoned.
so she's poisoned for 1 hour, and it's just poisoned. She's not
Yeah, which I
unconscious or
think
anything.
you get disadvantage.
I got 14 and Delilah got 12.
19.
1 second. 4, Delilah got 12. For Zash, it's 19. For Nathara, what did you get again? 12 also? Rebecca? Hello? Is there anyone else here?
They
It's like
just
it.
messaged in the Discord.
Did they? Gotcha.
Yeah.
I will resend the group chat then link in there. But that is unfortunate.
They think that their computer just updated, so it's restarting.
Gotcha. Yeah, just
Rebecca had a 22 though. I
Becca
don't know what
says,
you
unfucking believable.
Rebecca had a 22. Alright. Well, while they do that, that will give me a few seconds to write down and record all the roles for the other NPCs. So next up is Shore. Oh, there are some weird creatures out here with us. And a wolf. Your guys' natural enemy.
Yep.
There we go. There we go. Okay. Boy, it takes forever to select that. +2. So that's 4.
I'm back.
Hello. Welcome
still
back.
need
Double
to-
soda rats now.
What?
We got double soda rats now.
Yeah, I need to pull back up Tabletop Sim. I am so sorry. My computer just freaked out.
No problem.
But I salvaged the Audacity file, and now I'm about to pull up Tabletop Sim, and oh my god, this is the second time this has happened, and I don't know why it did, because it didn't update or anything. It just restarted without warning.
I think it's because our computer's old. It just doesn't want to live anymore.
Oh.
Kill me.
I'm gonna need the keyboard to put in the password. I'm sorry.
Here,
Did we figure out what the definition of poisoned was?
Yeah, I know that. But,
poison.
Okay.
It kills things.
poison. A poison creature has disadvantage on tech rolls and ability checks.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I couldn't remember.
You
Oh,
want
for
to
the
make
love
sure
of
you
God.
couldn't remember? Why would you want to make sure that?
In case I get poisoned. Sorry, Steam is doing the dumb thing where it's going, I need to update Steam real quick.
No worries.
you guys can go ahead and go down through the order of what's going
All
on.
right.
Unless
What
you
was
already
your
have.
initiative rolls?
Nathara, what was yours?
22.
Mine was 12.
Okay. 22 and 12. And then that is it for needing to fill all this out. So... Alright, next up then is Jax, as I was saying. Sorry, go ahead, Jax.
I don't know if I want to do my plan because they aren't close enough for it to damage anybody, and I don't know if it's actually going to block them or not.
Okay. Yeah, Mira has not moved.
Right. The only long range thing I have is my javelin.
It's a quick battle thing. What would you like to do? Well, I should say, if you had something planned to do, then do it.
I did have something planned to do,
Yep.
but I was hoping it would be more effective than
So,
it would be right now.
quick last minute decision. Do you do it or not?
Yeah, you technically have to do what you did, or like yield your held action.
I understand. That's the debate right now.
Yeah, just making sure.
I'll do what I was going to plan. I'll
Alright. Go ahead and
try it anyway.
make just an attack roll for it.
Okay. 6, that's 22.
Okay. You hold out your hand and then last minute decide. You let out like a quick little incantation, and from your hands shoots forward this light that just flies up, and silently it builds up energy, and you hear sort of a as it shoots forward. This giant crackle of light shatters around, and rocks begin to crumble. Rocks begin to make noise, and suddenly they all begin to shift as though all at once they just buckle, crumbling down. I need Mira to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Can you go over there, please?
Yep.
Oh, righty. Don't fail me now. 14.
14.
Yep.
With that, you're able to jump out the way as rocks, boulders almost, just tumble all around you as though a meteor storm was directed right in your area. You jump back out of the way of it. Unfortunately, though, none of them seem to be big enough to cover up the hole completely, and they still continue their advance. Next up is Zashmar.
Okay. Well, I guess I have to do my held action too.
Yes, you have to. No, you can choose not to. but again,
Well, I mean, it's
like
either
a
that
quick-
or basically do nothing for this surprise round.
Yep.
So my plan was to use hold action on whoever came in first.
Okay.
But I'm going later than everyone else, so I guess that still applies.
Yeah, you're still. It's just all at once. You guys do all this pretty much.
Yeah.
And basically, immediately after Mira shot the crossbow, she had to jump out the way. But it's just so that we can know exactly what's going on. I'm just going down the row of all of you.
Mhm.
So it's all happening at once. You still do your action at the time that you intended.
Yeah. So I'm using hold person on it'd be Elvira then, because she's the only one we know.
All right,
Is here.
Elvira, go ahead and cast that. Is it a save?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Good to know. She's poisoned, so she has disadvantage on ability checks, but not saving throws. Which, yeah, that's 19.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Okay. She continues as determined as ever with the arrow sticking out of her neck and blood slowly dripping down in sort of a really dark, almost black color. It drips down from her neck as she angrily, without a flinch at the falling rocks, is looking right at you. Does not move. Or does not stumble, I should say, or falter. Alright, next up then is Nathara gonna do anything? I should say, did Nathara have any actions prepared? You said one spell. I forget what it was. Was there a spell that she was gonna do?
Not right now.
Not right now? Okay.
I guess I don't know how should I do this?
Well, it just depends on did you hold the action for when someone comes out or not.
Yeah.
No, because I didn't have
Alright, then
anything
you
that
don't
would
have a
worked.
surprise action.
I don't have
Okay.
a surprise action.
And
you
did
didn't hold
Delilah
anything.
hold anything for... And everyone who's watching at home, I know it's a bit weird that we're doing it this way and asking afterwards if they held the action, but that's because there are a lot of people worrying about a lot of different things, not only with getting back online, but also Jax has to worry about himself and Delilah for the moment. So I'm asking now more so. Was there anything that Delilah had held?
Is she within 60 feet of Elvira? Or no?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Just out of reach, I'd say. Even with, like, a little step forward.
No, then she can't reach, so.
Okay. Next up, then, at the top of the initiative is Nathara.
I can't do shit.
I mean, you could cast this if you wanted.
I have to be within 30 feet.
Oh, well, you could run out.
And I need blood. Where am I gonna get blood right now? No one's bleeding.
Yet.
Shh.
Look at this one. And that has a really long range.
Yeah, but they had
see within range was succeed with
humanoid.
zero or become charmed for the duration. While target is charmed that way, twisted crown jack and iron appear. Goes eyes, charm target twice the action before moving on each of his turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose. Target can act normally and on its turn if you choose a creature, or if none is within reach. On your subsequent turns, you must use your action to maintain control over the target when the spell ends. Also, the target may make wisdom saving throw at the end of each of his turns. On a success, the spell ends. That might be a good one.
okay.
It's a first level spell, so you'd use one of your first level spell slots.
No,
but-
it's a second level spell.
Oh, well, you use one of your 2 spell slots for second level.
No. Alright, so I'm guessing... God, I keep forgetting how to say her name.
Elvira?
Elvira?
Elvira? Yeah.
She's in the front, right?
Yeah, she's leading the group.
Okay. I'm going to cast Crown of Madness. It's got 120 feet range, so I should be okay. Possibly.
Alright. What is the attack or save?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And your DC would be 14, I believe. Because it's 8 plus proficiency plus charisma, so that'd be 14.
8. Yeah, 14.
Wow. 11. she does not make the save. What
Sweet.
exactly happens to her?
Well, the target is charmed in this way. A twisted crown of jagged iron appears on its head, and madness glows in its eyes. The charmed target must use its action before moving. Must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose. The target can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature or if none are within its reach.
Alright, so first off, what is the creature that you would like to choose?
So on her turn, that's who she would attack.
Yeah, so on her turn, I guess she would attack the person closest to her, probably.
Asha?
Asha.
Okay.
Oh, they all have names. Except
Alright.
for the three in the back.
Yep,
They're the
1, 2, and 3.
triplets.
And she can also make a saving throw. On your subsequent turn, you must use your action to maintain control over the target or the spell ends. Also, the target can make wisdom saving throws at the end of each of its turn. On a success, the spell ends.
Yeah, and the duration is up to a minute, so
Okay.
it goes by pretty quickly.
That's 10 rounds of combat. That's not
Yeah.
quick.
You hold out your hand to cast it, and this almost irony reflection of glow just emanates from your hand as you say an incantation, but with sort of a bardic melody to it, as it just teleports this glow from your hand straight above to a halo above Ilvara's head, as the eyes of madness that gaze upon you start to gaze off your direct forms as she slowly, minutely, affects her sprint toward you guys and falls behind just a few steps as the rest of the group continue to move forward. That is it. Unless, would you like to make any more bonus actions or movement?
I'd like to go backwards.
All right. Full
I'm
distance?
staying within the 120 feet. I'm guessing.
Would you like to go to Eldith's position, or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80? You're about 80 feet away.
Yeah, I'll move about 20
More like
feet
90?
back.
So, okay.
Yeah, about 20
5,
feet back.
10,
So I'm just
15,
within range.
20. Alright. About there. Yep. Alright.
Yep.
Next up then, after Nathara, is this guy. He is going to move, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to use his action to cast Fairy Fire right from here to here. There we go. So in this little square here. Alright. I would like Delilah, Jax, and Zash to make dexterity saving throws.
You and your fairy fire.
Yep. It's beneficial. It really is. Plus
18.
18. Very nice.
Jack's got 15. Delilah got 10.
Okay, so everyone but Delilah is able to make it out of the way as they notice right above their head a sparkling purple glitter fall down from the sky. Delilah, though, being the a bit more, I'd say, trusting ASMR that she is, and just totally overtaken by the beauty of the falling glitter from the sky, hesitates for a moment before she's like, oh shit, this is bad. She tries to jump out of the way and unfortunately is covered with the purplish glitter, making it her very easy to see out in this open plain. That is it for that guy's turn. Next up is Zashmar Ifrit.
All right, so I can't see the map. Who all is like grouped together?
On whose side? Friendlies or
Like
enemies?
what? Oh, enemies. I don't care about friendlies.
Okay.
What does our enemy situation look like? I should say.
Oh, did you need screen share? I apologize.
Probably wouldn't hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
They're all kind of clumped together in the cavern.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
This is how it is. There's sort of a line down this way, because I know that you like to get more so lined up. And then there's also down here. So if you were to go, I'd say, like, a 5 feet line, you could get 3, maybe 4 of them.
It'd be a sphere, actually.
Oh, it's a sphere. Nice.
A 10-foot sphere.
10-foot sphere? 10-foot radius or diameter?
Radius.
10-foot radius sphere. Nice. So, yeah, if you were to do it right here, you would get around this way. And you get all 4 of these guys. I'd say that's your best bet. Because there it would only get, yeah.
Okay, cool. So remembering the last time he created a rock slide, Zash is going to use Shatter, and hopefully try to cave in this cavern on them.
Alright. Go ahead and roll the attack for that.
That is... Wait, what? Oh, Constitution saving throw.
Do me a favor, roll a d20 still for me.
Okay.
And I shall make the saving throws.
Just a straight D20, that's 13.
Okay. Yeah, it was just a straight d20. So that's... Next up is... what does the saving throw need to be?
13?
Alright, this guy does not make it. He makes 13 exact. Oh, that does make it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, 13, yeah. He makes it. Elvira makes it with 14. Asha, 18 natural. Yeah, she's gonna make it. And Shore is 15 natural. He makes as well.
You're killing me.
Is it a half damage thing, or is it a no damage?
Yeah, it's a half. They'll take half of 13.
Okay. It's always rounded up, so that is 6.5. Yeah, 7. Cool. That's not bad. I mean, you got 7 damage to 4 people.
I know. But it could have been 13.
It could have.
I don't have Mira's numbers over here.
I was a special case. I rolled really high.
Yeah.
And I had a crit.
Alright. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because no one's coming in, so no reason to go away.
Correct. Next up is this guy back here. He's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right there behind Ilvara. He is going to cast... Does he want to... Yeah, you know what? No, I don't think he can, actually. No. Alright, he's just going to use his hand crossbow against... Really, the only one that he really sees the best is Delilah. So he's going to go ahead and make an attack against Delilah. with 16.
Nope.
Yeah, her wicked awesome armor class. All right, that's gonna be it.
Also,
for
how
his
far
turn.
away is Delilah from that person?
Delilah is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. 70 feet away.
Okay. Just because
Not
the
to be that
increment...
guy, but he does have
Yeah.
advantage against
Yeah,
him.
disadvantage, yeah. That's why I was checking.
No, he has
Yeah.
advantage because of fairy fire.
Because the fairy... Yeah.
But it would be disadvantage because
So it's the
the
straight
range
roll.
on the hand's crossbow is 30.
and
You have
120.
disadvantage in between 30 and 120 feet.
Yeah, so it just evens out.
Yeah.
All right, next up is Jax.
Okay. I think I want to move my 30 feet and get kind of like a little bit inside of this cavern.
Okay. Let's see how far you... Yeah, you can, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and you're right at the edge there. Stepping over a few rocks here and there.
Okay. With my acid breath, which is a 30-foot straight line, 5 feet wide, would I be able to hit Elvira and any of the other ones around her from there, or?
Yeah, it seems like a straight line. From there, you'd be able to get one additional person, or you could get I think that's Shore and one additional person. I think it's Shore and... Or no, it's number 3 and Shore. So you can get Drow and Asha... sorry, not Drow and Asha. You could get Elvira and Asha, which that's another thing that I like to point out, guys. I do love you guys remembering the names of the NPCs. However, Elvira is very, very close, and unfortunately that's like a... another character in pop culture. Whereas her name is...
She was really
Ilvara.
easy to remember.
Yeah.
She was really easy to remember.
I don't want to
What's her-
confuse other people. Ilvara. Ilvara. When I read it, that's exactly what I thought of too.
Yeah.
I was
Big
thinking
hair.
I was thinking of Tiny Toons for some reason. I know that's a different character though. But now I'm remembering the Halloween special.
Oh.
So that makes it easy.
All right. Acid breath against Elvira and Asha.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll that.
It's a DC
Dex?
save. Yep. And 12.
DC save of 12. Well, Asha makes... does not make it. With 8. Oh, crap. I thought I was shaking the die. And Elvira, with her numbers, plus 2 to 3, 5. She does not make it either. So, Acid, you run up quickly to the side of it, watching out for the rocks that you threw down, and seeing Elvira with a glaze in her eye, not really paying attention to her. You take advantage of that. You just... you let out this acetic stream from your mouth as it just burns right through both of them, taking how many points of damage?
10.
10 points of damage for Elvira and Asha. Is there any continual I should ask after that?
No.
Okay. Alright, nicely done though. Next up we have... Sure. Sure's gonna step forward. And you guys see his half already burnt face. With you burning, Elvira, he's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet up, and he can get there about 7 feet away from you. He... Okay. He is going to do something very similar that you guys have actually seen before. And he's going to try and use this time to just be fierce. Just be, show you that he's a powerful being. And he's just going to float a few feet up into the air down this tunnel. Right off the ground from where he was standing. As he as he extends out his arms and looks down at you. Just a few feet away from you. You're not in melee range, but he is trying to show his force. Next up is Mira.
Me? Alright, I'm gonna go forward 5 feet and hit Shore with my so I'm within 30 feet, and I'm gonna hit him with my crossbow.
Okay. Go ahead and make that attack roll for us.
It's a 15.
Hit the nah? Yeah, unfortunately that does not hit. You aim up the crossbow at him as he levitates, but unfortunately you were aiming for his torso, but as he floats up, his arm just moves right out the way as he goes flying between his arms as his chest sort of moves inward on his somewhat malnourished looking drow form. Next up is Delilah.
I wanna
move or additional movement I should say, or bonus action.
Yeah. This is a weird question. Is there anywhere where I could hide?
I have a weird answer. Probably not.
You didn't say there was some tall grass, though.
There is tall grass. With a good enough sneak, you can duck down below the height of the wheat that's swaying back and forth all around. There's a tree, but it's a good number of feet back, it looks like, and it looks as though that's where Eldith Feldrun is still currently running to.
How far away am I from the wheat?
Oh, yeah, it's all around. In fact, I'd say that sort of just forms like you're still at the edge of the wheat. It's just like this bit of dirt that outlines the entrance to the tunnel, but after that it's just wheat all around, basically.
Okay, I'm gonna move 10 feet to the right, still being in the wheat, and I'm gonna attempt to hide.
Alright, go ahead and that's a bonus action for you to hide as rogue, isn't it?
Yes.
Alright, so you successfully hide.
Well, I need to make a stealth check.
Do you?
Yeah, if you're hiding, you have to make a stealth check to see if anyone can see you.
Okay.
That is 18.
Yeah, you definitely get past everyone's passive perception. But the only reason why I seem confused about that is because I thought that you did have the trait that allows rogues to hide as a bonus action.
Well, I can hide as a bonus action. I still have to make a stealth check. If someone who wasn't a rogue wanted to hide, they would have to use their whole action to do it and still roll a stealth check.
Oh, is that what it is? I got confused by that.
That's what I think it is. That's what I remember.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. Because I feel like there is still possibly another trait maybe down the way, but I could be wrong about this, that allows you to just disappear. Oh, wait, what am I thinking of? No. I'll remember it later, too. Anyway, if you know, let us know in the comments right now. Yes, say hello to us, we'll say hello to you. But next up we have Delilah.
Okay. She has spiritual weapon right there still. Is Shore wearing any like metal armor?
Good question. Yeah. Well, on his form, he has sort of leather armor, but with bits of metal. Sort of looks like, without giving too much exactly away what it is, studded bits of metal into the armor.
Okay. Delilah wants to get just out of like 60 feet range from him, and she will cast Heat Metal.
All right. He also he does have a shield, but that's also the inside of that is metal with a leather exterior coating.
Is he
so
wielding
that might-
the shield or no?
Yeah, he's wielding it, so that might also help.
His AC is so high. Gosh darn it.
Go ahead and... Is that an attack roll?
I believe so. Let me just double check.
Alright. Boy, you guys are leveling up so fast and getting so powerful. I'm starting to fall behind on all your guys' abilities.
If it is an attack roll, it's 19. I just gotta... Okay, one action, choose a...
As someone in the audio just steadily walks by with a horse.
No, it's not an attack roll. It
No?
looks like it just happens. It takes one action.
Okay. Go ahead and heat up that metal, and as you do, is there still a save to get out of the well?
No,
This
it
is
just it
interesting.
says 2d8 fire damage when the spell, or when you cast the spell. And until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again.
Wow. Okay. So it's a lasting spell effect too.
Duration is 1 minute.
Duration of 1 minute. That's what I was gonna ask. Cause he. Go ahead and roll 2d8 for us. He just went, didn't he?
Here's my d8. Okay, so that's 12.
With 12 damage, Delilah holds out her hand, and with a radiant glow, finally, as well, being outside underneath the sky and the heavens and the fluffy cotton candy clouds, she holds out her hand, and it's as though the rays of sunshine that emanate all around her and onto her skin are just redirected forward as the beam of light just appears to pierce the shield that he's holding, as it looks like that and the bits of studded iron around his being just begin to glow a good bit. Immediately he tosses down the shield, but it is affecting the little bits and bearings that are all around his uniform, taking 12 damage for that. Very nicely done. Is there anything else Delilah would like to do?
Let me just check spiritual weapon. I don't remember if it's a bonus action to attack with it or a full action.
Where did it
So she
get
did
set
cast
up?
Yeah.
What was that?
Where did she cast it?
That was while we were running. It lasts up to an hour. I don't think that it took an hour to...
No. Where at, though? Was it at the cave entrance or further down the cave?
Or at least I think it...
I
If
remember
it
when
was
you
further
cast it,
down the
while you guys
cave,
were
you
still
have to
running.
move it with a
But-
bonus action, I believe.
I assumed that she was doing that as we were running.
I would think so, because she can run, dash as her action, and use the bonus action to move it. So where
Yeah,
did
it's
she
bonus
leave
action to move, and I think it's a full action to attack with it.
it? Okay.
But I figured she would have left it near the entrance as she like stepped back. But
Okay. Near the entrance?
yeah,
Alright, so she cannot do that this turn, but that is still lingering around there.
okay.
We're going to say that this blue rectangle is her spiritual weapon. Very nice. Next up, after Delilah, is Asha. Oh boy. Asha, having been burned 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet up this way. Okay, I apologize. I'm just looking through some of the abilities, and I know I'm not being very voiceful at the moment. Okay. Ooh, that was loud.
Sorry.
No worries. Where did I say she was? She was here. Asha's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Get right into your area, Jax. And as she does this... She lets out this weird chant as all of a sudden bits of dirt begin to spin up around the two of you. And as the dirt begins to swirl up from the ground, it begins to turn to a black smoke with purple bits running around through it, and it becomes this big funnel up along the sides of the two of you. You see along the sides of these magical looking creatures that begin to dance along with it, but looking in a black form. They appear to be fiendish creatures just running around in a big circle around you. I want you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
14.
14 makes it.
Nice.
Alright. Unfortunately, you still take 3 plus 4, 7 plus 3 is 10, 5 points of necrotic damage as it, at your very core, just burns inside as these creatures begin to snip at you from the smoke that surrounds the two of you. And you feel locked off from the Lord of Light completely in this moment. Next up, we have Jordan. Jorlan. Where did he go? There he is, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He gets about there. Yeah, what would Jorlan like to do? Aiming at Jax as well. He's actually going to use his action dash. He looks at Zash, but continues to move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right up this way behind him.
He's boxed in.
After that, we have Ivara herself. Now. Oh shit.
Yep, Crown of Madness.
Yeah,
You?
so with
Yeah,
Crown,
but-
so with Crown of Madness, she has to attack
I
if
know
she's
that.
and then after her attack, I think she can see if she can try and get out of the
She can
control
move,
again.
but she cannot move before her attack. Here's the thing that I said oh shit about. She, unfortunately, for your spell, Asha moved away from her.
Does it have to
She
be
has
someone,
to be-
though, who is next to them? It's kind of vague. Can it just... Is it a creature that's next to
Can
them?
we read it one more time? It said that she cannot move before her attack, and on her attack she has to make a melee attack before she can move against the person of your choice. She
Is that
can't
what it
move
is?
within melee range, it sounds like. And she is not within melee range of her, which means that it affects as though you did not pick a person, in which case she does not attack anyone. Can you read it one more time?
It's the charm target must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee take against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose. The target can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature, or none if none are within its reach. So I'm not sure if it means a specific person or you can do it on their turn. It's kind of vague.
I hate to say it.
And
What does
it
the rest
says
of the group think?
It says it's mental.
Does she have a ranged melee attack?
That's
That's
a good
not a
question.
thing.
Is that a thing?
No, it's just
No.
ranged or melee. You're right. I
Yeah.
had a brain
Okay.
fart
I thought
there.
melee
I
was
like,
just like a weapon, like an equipped weapon, whereas
melee is a short sword or something within 5 feet, I believe, that can be sort of just slashed or hammered or swung in some sort of way. Whereas ranged are your crossbows, your guns, if that's in your game, things like that, I believe.
all right, I tried.
I
I
feel
thought
like-
of that too once you said it. I'm like, I wonder. So, no problem.
with like a mental link though, like wouldn't she kind of be connected to her even if it's after her turn? So like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I just feel
that's
like
what
she.
I was thinking too. Because if
Yeah.
it was like a less people fighting, wouldn't it make sense to be able to mentally change targets or not choose a target and just?
To mentally change targets, you're gonna have to sort of recast that on the other person, not necessarily using another spell slot, but they're gonna have to try for that save as well. Whereas this, I feel like
No, they're not. That's the actual definition of the spell.
I know.
I feel like it sort of stinks that there was such a big variance between Elvira's turn and Ash's turn because she got the chance to get away, but it does sound like you can pick a person for the creature who, in this case, gets the point of madness, not point of madness, sorry, in this case gets the crown of madness, and who you command will attack a creature, but only with melee. It cannot move before attacking, and if that one creature that you chose is not within melee range, then it acts as though there was no creature chosen.
But
Um,
because it's a
I
mental
was thinking-
link,
Because it's
wouldn't it
mental.
wouldn't it make sense?
Yeah, and it doesn't say on the spell card that the creature has to be chosen before that person's
Right.
turn.
That's
Right.
like what I'm trying to say. Like
Okay.
would it be on your turn or would it be on the
Wait,
creature's turn?
it says, and this is weird. It says it must use its action before moving on.
Before
Before
moving,
moving on each of its turns.
yeah, it can do the action and then move, and then it is the end of its turn. And when it's the end of its turn, they get to try the Constitution saving throw again.
I think it's a
Um,
wisdom.
It's a wisdom.
Okay, they try the
Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw again, but that's after the movement, not. But moving on is different from the movement. So, read one last time the beginning sentence, or two.
Oh, it's like 3 paragraphs. This part. The charm target must use its action before moving on each of its turns and make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose. The target can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature or if none are within its reach.
Okay,
So I think it
I
I
think
think
you guys
it's
are
more
right.
or less during the
Yeah.
person who's charm's turn.
I think
Yeah.
you guys
Whoever's
are right.
closest
The
to them, you
way,
can make the attack.
yeah, the way it says it, it says attack during its turn if you choose no creature. So I think you guys are right that you choose on its turn the creature that you would like it to attack. So who now, either Drow 2 or 3, would you like it to attack melee?
I guess Drow 3.
Drow 3?
Yeah.
Alright. Do-do-do. I would like to point out one thing as well. Well, that happens in a minute. Yeah. Because this is quite different. So, you said which drow again?
3.
She's going to turn around. She's going to use Scourge. Oh, alright. She's going to use Scourge. For 9 to hit. Oh shit. I hate to say it.
What are you doing?
You die immediately.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, 9 does not hit Drow 3. So Avara
That can't be good for
turns
morale.
around, swings at him. Yeah.
Can't even
A
kill
bit
your own men.
confused.
Jeez.
A bit confused, the Drow warrior looks at her, but is aware in the heat of battle that there are going to be swings coming from every which direction, so he's able to quickly duck out of the way, still confused as to why it's from his commander, though, as she then turns around and, in a bit of madness with the ring still on her head, she's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20... use her... She cannot use a bonus action to dash, I believe. But before the end of her turn, she still gets the chance in her bit of madness. As she lets out a chant, 2 swirls very similar to Asha's of purple smoke rise out of the ground in 2 circular formations, 5 foot across each one, in front of her, as they slowly come up into about a 4 foot high column and then fade down. In the place of what was once empty, there are now 2 giant spiders there on the ground as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't want to find spiders at the moment, so...
Evil
There
Jello.
are
It's
those.
always
Evil
evil
Jello.
Jello.
It's always evil Jello. Alright.
Does she want to roll to fight the madness, or is she not done with her turn?
That is the end of her turn, so she's gonna roll to fight the madness with the wisdom saving throw. For a natural 3.
Yeah, she does not.
Yep. So 6 does
She
not
embraces
make
it.
Yeah. She embraces the madness as she is used to very little else. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Alright. One of her weapons, unfortunately, is only in the Dungeon Master Guide, so it's making things a bit confusing and difficult. Because I do not have that owned on D&D Beyond. So, everything else is here, but after that, it is this guy's turn. Where is he? Here, all the way in the back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to use his action to dash. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 as he moves into the swirling darkness around the 2 of you. Yeah.
Does anyone want to help?
I'm 12 in the initiative order. I'm trying.
Alright. And yeah, he's perfectly fine in there. After that is Nathara. We're back to you.
Look to me. Due to this spell, I'm going to use my action to maintain control over the target. And end my turn.
Okay. You don't want to move or anything? She moved forward.
No, I think I'm safe for right now.
All right. After Nathara is the second guy. This guy is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right up between the two spiders. 35, 40. 45, 50. He's moving to Jax, but as he does that, he sees Mira right on his right and stops there. That is the end of his action.
Shit.
Next up is Zashmar. Zashmar Ifrit, it is now your turn.
Okay, so it's been a while. Is this little, like, I'm gesturing like you can see my cursor. Is this little, like, squiggly line here, did you say that was, like, wheat or something?
Yeah, that's where the bit of wheat and crop starts, and beyond that it becomes a lot less compacted. There are little bits of grass still that pop up, but not much, and it is mostly dirt and a dirt path that has been walked on or dripped on, or rocks fell on, and if there's bits of rocks here and there, but it's just a cave opening then from that point on. And
okay, so the wheat's on our side, not on the enemy side.
Correct. The wheat is on your guys' side. It
Gotcha.
takes up most of the field behind you.
Then I'm not going to burn it, I guess.
That is probably the best move for now, considering that the only guy in it is number 2.
Yeah. Alright, well then, I'm going to use poison spray on that guy that just came up close to me.
Alright.
It is a Constitution saving throw. I need to stop using those because they're not as good.
Is
oh well.
Alright, we will try it. Let's go ahead and roll for our Constitution, which is... Oh, it's almost a 1. But that is 17 total.
Nothing happens.
It was a natural 17. I apologize about that. It could have been bad, but yeah. Alright, what else would you like to do?
I'll move back like 20 feet.
Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20. Right there.
We'll all ditch Jax as he gets murdered right here.
I can't help you.
I'm kind of helping.
In fact, all they saw was a swarm of purple and black smoke surround you. You're still in it, but they can't see you.
As far as they know, I'm already dead.
Yep, that is true. Alright, next up is Monster 3. On a much happier note, Monster 3 is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he's just going to chill out there. He's going to take a shot at Delilah from where he is. Yeah, he can see her.
They were kind of making a frowny face on the board.
Oh, the one eye is so askew, though. Oh, unless you count the 2 red dots, I see.
2 red dots and then the blue tear. Pending doom.
With advantage, I forgot. Because he doesn't have disadvantage, right? What was the disadvantage from earlier? Oh, it's because she was so far. How far is she?
She's, I think, like, 5, 10, 50.
Yeah, she's 40 feet. So disadvantage with advantage. That's a straight up roll for 20 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Alright. 1d6. Where did I put the... There you are. Okay, so total of 8 damage. Piercing. Plus, can she make a Constitution saving roll?
That's 20.
20 makes it. Very nice. So it's just the 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Next up, it is you, Jax.
Alright. Can't really back out of here.
I would use your action to disengage.
The Lord of the Light shines through the mist suddenly for a very short bit in a sliver of light and says, I would use your action to disengage. And slowly it is recovered once again.
The gods have spoken. Do it.
Wow. I guess, even though I'm pretty sure you said I'm cut off from the Lord of Light within this dark sphere thing.
You are. It was an
It's the
unknown
thought that
force. It was an unknown force. Honest to goodness, whatever you would like to do, Brandon.
I guess that's what I'll do, even though I'm gonna have to eventually get right up on everybody again in order to do any kind of damage, but...
I mean, you could attack and then leave.
Well, if I did that, then I would get hit, like, several times.
Technicality.
I mean, if they roll really poorly... Oh, man.
You do you, Dragon Boo.
I'd try and...
It's a lot of what ifs.
You know what?
What if you kill them all in one strike? You don't have to worry about any reactions.
I could kill maybe one in one strike.
Don't you have acid breath?
I used it already.
Do me a favor. Roll a perception check.
$12.
Okay, going about your stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a
Nope,
lot of
sorry,
swirling
can't help
going
you.
around. Well, what was your natural roll?
10.
10?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's difficult because, I mean... Okay, you sort of notice. Through this column of smoke that's surrounding you and 3 drow, you can't really tell the difference between the drow, but you sort of notice that in the opening above it now, there's like it was darkness for a bit, but now as she's trying to maintain it, there's like it's just become a column, you know? And you can still see the sun up ahead. And as you do that, the sun shines past the edge of the mountainside to hit one of the drow that is standing more so outward, which in this case is Jorlan, and you sort of see his skin searing a little.
Interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
God. So hard. I really shouldn't stay here. I guess I'll disengage out of here.
Alright.
Coward.
Disengage means that they can't get attacks against you, right?
Yeah.
Or do you just
I'm not
mean that
sure
you're
if
going to
it's
walk
on-
back? Do you actually have
Right.
the disengage?
I'm going off of what the Lord of Light told me. I don't know.
Well, does Jax, the character, actually have any sort of skill effect called disengage?
No.
No. Okay. So you're
A
just
normal
gonna move back.
a normal person can disengage, but they have to use a whole action to do it. I'm checking to see if it's only for one person though. Disengage.
Disengage is for any creature, I thought, but
Yeah, you just have to use a whole action versus a bonus action.
Normally when you Google, you put the thing before you put the thing you're looking for. You put D&D before disengage.
disengage. If you take a disengage action, your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks for the rest of the turn.
Okay. So it would affect everybody then.
Yeah, it would.
Okay. Then I'll do that.
Right. How many feet back are you moving?
The full 30, I guess.
5.
Or actually, can I back towards Mira.
You don't know
Okay.
where I am?
So you quickly run through the group of them, past the spiders, using the full disengage opportunity, and you are right by the other drow. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. That's 30 feet back. You could stop Sorb between all of them and Sorb been safe, but yeah, you're right by a guy, but he too seems to be searing.
One guy is way better than 6. So
And spiders.
And
yeah,
spiders.
and spiders.
Alright. Is that it?
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the guy right next to me.
Okay. You cast Hunter's Mark on the smoking dude. Next up is Sure. Sure. Going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Out here, he's going to take aim at you, Jax. Actually, wait, let me double check something. Yeah, Shore's still flying in the air, too. Yeah, he's gonna... Actually, being back here, he's gonna go this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He still gets 5 feet away from you. He can't get within that range. And he's going to just 5+ feet away from you, take aim right at your head with a hand crossbow.
Oh my god.
As he holds up his hand, though, he seems to be searing a little bit. First roll is an 18,
That is.
but second one is a 2, plus 5, 7. Or no, plus 7. Yeah, 9.
No.
Does not hit. So as he moves forward, levitating, just the sun burning against his dark elfish skin just begins to sear as he cringes just a small bit, his eyes closed as he holds up the hand crossbow he shoots, and it goes wide, flying past everyone into the grass, landing safely away from all the groups of people. Next up is Mira. Mira Helder.
I'm gonna use my rapier on the guy next to me.
You can do that. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Let's see, that's 16.
16. Just gotta see something. I hate to say it, I'm not sure. And I gotta double tap it for some reason.
Yikes.
16. I hate to say it, sorta barely hits.
Sort of barely? Oh
Sorta
god.
barely, yeah.
It counts.
But it hits, so.
So
Sorta
that's
barely.
a D8, and then Jax is right there, so I get sneak attack.
Alright.
Really?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, sorta barely. It doesn't barely hit. It doesn't barely hit. It sorta barely hits. If you catch my drift. Alright. Metagaming! Alright.
15.
15 damage.
Oh wait, no, hold on. I might have done my math wrong.
Okay.
That's 7. That's 9. That's 3. No, yeah, it is 15. Sorry.
Learn to read. Good lord.
With that, he's looking. He's very concentrated on Jax and watching him in his form. Mira comes up from behind, holds up her blade against his throat from behind his head and just slashes it open as his sizzling corpse falls to the ground now, and he is dead.
Yes!
Nice.
Quite a brutal murder. Wow.
Sort of barely dead?
Sort of barely dead. Alright.
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to try and hide again. I'm gonna move 10 feet back to the right and try and hide again. I mean to the left.
Right? Or, okay.
Back to where I was. Like diagonally, like I'm right here. I would want to go 5 and then 10 right here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and hide again.
Alright, go ahead and try that.
Oh, let's see. That's a 7.
7. People watch as you pop up from the grass, slash one of their fellow drow's throats, and just walk a little bit and duck back in the grass. You feel like there are some eyes still on you. Strangely enough, though, it seems as though like some of the other drow didn't really notice it, or didn't really pay the attention that it deserved after you slashed his throat. And it seems like the people who mostly noticed it were the spiders that are rather close to you. People being the operative word. Alright. After Mira is Delilah.
Okay. First, Delilah is going to use her spiritual weapon to smack the spider that's right next to it.
Just whack. Swatting flies, like.
That's 15.
Let me double check for this. She whacks the giant spider and hits it, but just barely.
Okay. It did 8 damage.
8 damage. Alright.
And then she's going to use her bonus action to do the heating metal damage to Shore again.
Okay. Is it a new roll or is it the same amount?
It's a new roll. It's 9.
Which spider did she attack, by the way? The red one's more toward the middle?
The one that's literally right next to the spiritual weapon. Like,
Okay. That's what I was figuring, but just wanted to check.
Yep. And then she's going to take, 15 feet back.
Alright. And how much damage did she do to Shore again?
9.
9 points of damage for Shore. Alright.
Yeah.
I'm done, I promise. Alright. Next up is Asha. Asha is going to move. Just need to see something. Yeah. I was just gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to where she saw Mira go after slashing one of her soldiers' throats. Continuing the blast of the spell effect. It is now around Mira, and I want Mira to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh dear, I was away from my seat for 2 seconds. All right.
Sorry.
Oh god. Saving throw.
Yep.
5.
But at least you have your Mountain Dew.
Jeez. 3, 2. Rebecca, you just said that so, like, ruthlessly. Alright. You take 7 points. It's not as bad as it could have been. Of necrotic damage.
Oh, God.
As all around you, this swirling purple just encompasses you. And there you see Asha just standing at the center of it, her eyes glowing purple. Her arms held out, really focused on the spell around you as these creatures of darkness and fiendish descent just swirl around you to nip at you, dealing you 7 points of damage. After that, we have Jorlan. Jorlan. Well, this is pretty easy to kill all these stupid little surface dwellers.
Can I use a free action to say fuck you?
Yeah, as you're being swirled around and nipped at, you just hear this, and you go, fuck you! As they're just slashing at you. From it, Jorlan is going to move up to Jax, and he is going to make a attack with his short sword for a multi-attack. Now, first one, natural 19, but disadvantage. Natural 2. Holy shit. Alright, second one. 11. So that's 18. Or, wait, 12.
Like 12 total?
12 total.
Oh, that does not hit.
Yeah, the second hit, he comes up trying to slash, but he too, his skin is actually sizzling so much from like the cheeks that it's just causing so much fumes all around him he can't even see straight as the actual smoke rises off his skin. Next up after Jorlan is Elvara. Here she is. She cannot do that yet, so you get to choose a creature that she attacks within melee range, and at the moment there's only 1.
I guess that's gonna be 3 again.
Alright. She's going to make an attack against number 3 again.
And I hate to point this out, but it should be with disadvantage just because of the poison.
Oh yeah,
She's
I hate to
poisoned.
agree.
I poisoned her at the very beginning.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah, I hate to agree with her, but
So that would have been 16 plus 5 would have been 21. Oh, I noticed something too. This one is 4 plus 5 is 9. 9? Oh wait, it's for me. Sorry. 9, let me double check. I'm so used to doing that when I'm rolling for people. Check against you guys, not against myself.
9.
9. Alright. Yeah, no, 9 does not hit, but she does have 2 Scourge attacks. So this one, 16, or, yeah, 16 hits. Alright,
yes.
so for her
Accidents
Scourge
don't
attack...
happen twice.
Oh god, you guys are in for quite a treat. Watch this. As she swings with her tentacle rod at this guy. That's actually what she has.
Jesus.
She deals 6 points of damage. But you watch it as this rod leaves slashes across his skin, dealing 17 points of poison damage, and just like that, he is down from a single hit in battle.
I'm so glad we do not have to deal with her right now. If I can keep this up. Holy crap.
That's a
on
good
our
point.
side.
That's a good point. She's gonna go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw now.
Is she gonna move?
Don't
Or
shut
no?
the fuck up, Rachel.
Well, no, she
No,
has
she's
free
not.
movement after her attack.
No, she's
She
not.
does, but she doesn't have to.
No. She does not have to. She does not want to move within 5-foot radius of her allies. Natural 1. Holy crap. For the next 2 rounds, she is for sure still encompassed by this effect of the spell. Very good spell. Holy crap. Alright.
I mean, she also got a decent chunk took out of her at the beginning, so that also helps.
Yeah, that did help.
She's got a little limp.
That helped out more than you know. Alright. Next up, we have this guy right here. He's going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to move up to Jax as well. Ah, come on. There we go.
Nothing
he's
has
gonna make
changed.
an attack roll against Jax for +5 to hit, with disadvantage because of the sun now.
Ah, that's why.
Yeah.
I forgot.
They got
Yeah, I did sort of
sunburned.
give it away, but I mean, I hate to say it. I thought that you all knew at that point.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm going into this and going, like, drow can't be in the sun very often, so.
So the first one is 17 plus 4 is 21. That does hit, I'm guessing. But the second one, a 16.
Total
Yeah,
does not hit.
16 does not hit. Is your AC 17?
It is.
Nice, perfectly done. I knew that was so close too. All right.
It was.
So he comes up, also slashing, and now all you see in front of you are just 3 figures smoking right in front of you, just like smoke billowing off their skin. After him is back to Nathara. Nathara. What?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing my thing.
Can you do anything as a bonus action as a bard?
I don't fucking know. Right now, I'm just concentrating on keeping the crazy lady still.
Oh, I would like to point out, before I forget, we'll make it at the end of the turn, even though it should have been right before, or I mean right after Elvara's turn. We have the 2 spiders to go.
Ugh, spiders.
Yeah, I know.
Bugs.
Tell me about it. Again, I've been playing Skyrim VR lately. I hate the fucking spiders so much.
Spiders are just terrible in anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can any of your spells be cast as a
Alright.
bonus action?
I
This
don't know.
spider.
It doesn't.
Check, hold these.
It
This
doesn't
spider's
say on
gonna
the card.
move up to Mira.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn around, and with the darkness strewing all around you, he's gonna try and web you. 12? Sorry. 17?
Oh yeah, that hits.
That hits. Okay. Let me just see something. Yeah, no, he's fine out in the, whatchamacallit. Very confidently, the spider comes up. He turns around to point his butt to you, as you just see this silken splat encompass you. You are restrained.
Well, shit.
Alright,
Restrained means I cannot move, correct?
Yeah, an exact thing is a restrained creature, speed becomes 0, and it cannot benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Can I spend a turn to try and get unrestrained?
Yes, you can. You can
Okay,
do a strength
just wanna
check
make sure.
to see.
Oh, jeez.
Next up is this other spider is going to move around here and try and do the same exact thing to Jax. His roll is going to be... Oh! Yeah, that does not hit 12 total.
Nope.
Does not hit his 17. So that spider tries to go up, turn around, point its butt toward Jax. But Jax sees this coming. He moves slightly out of the way, and with the spider's multiple eyes facing the opposite direction, it doesn't see his Jax narrowly moves out of the way of the spider's butt venom. Also known as web. Next up, we have, after Nathara, Zashmar. Is there anything else that
All right.
Nathara would like to do, actually, real quick? Sorry.
None of my spells or cantrips.
No, so you just focus?
Bonus. No.
Okay.
I can't do anything, literally. I'm just trying to focus on the spell.
Alright. What would you
And
like?
I don't want to. I don't want to move anywhere either.
Okay. All right. So Zash, what would you like to do now?
Okay, so if I get like right up on that spider, can I do burning hands at an angle so I miss Jax, but get like the spider and the 3 people near him? It's a 15-foot cone, so it would come out from a point, which would be the spider, and then go, cone shaped, theoretically missing Jax.
Yeah, I would say that 15-foot cone for how long? Or how wide is the angle, I should say.
It ends, like the end of the cone is 15 feet. So if it's like, is it parabolic? Is that the word? I don't know. Like at its max, it would be 15 feet across. And then it would, kind of come out from a point.
Yes. Yeah, I'd say that you could maneuver around to the side of Jack so that you hit the 3 of them in the spider. You might get in Asha's melee range, but I would say that if you get about here or so... No, you'd be 5 feet away from Asha. Yeah, you could get that. Maybe there.
Okay, cool. I'm going to do that. Like, get right up on him. Be like, I'll show you what burden feels like.
As they're sizzling already from the heat of the outside, is it a dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Alright. They're gonna try and jump out of the way. First off, starting with the guy on Jax's right. For 5. What is the save?
13.
13. Yeah, no, he does not have +8 to his dex. Next one. Or actually, that was Jorland, so that was 1. Shore got a natural 19.
Why is there noise?
The guy on the far right got a natural 15. Actually, to be fair, we'll say that I did start with that guy. Go to him as a natural 19, and Jorland gets natural 15. So Jorland was not able to move out of the way because I said that he was going to be the one initially.
What about the spider?
But 15 plus 9, and yes, the spider is last, which with a natural 17. Let me just make sure, but I do not think that the dex of a spider is -4. Correct. Alright. So Jorland is still caught in it as you run up and really narrowly missing, but you wanted to be sure that you got all of them, and you got that spew of fire out immediately once you got past Jax's form. It narrowly misses.
Well, for the record,
Jax.
they still take half. But
Okay. You narrowly miss Jax as he as you turn around the side of him and immediately let burst the flame after saying your really awesome one-liner. It goes bursting out forward, completely encompassing the face of Jorland as it does, whereas one of the Drow Shore and the spider are able to move back a bit, but the heat still gets them, and they're smoking bodies already as it is, doing them additional damage as well. So how much does Jorland get?
18.
18, so 9 for Shore. For Jorland. Nine for spider number 2. And 9 for the first guy. All right, very nicely done. Is there anything that else that you would like to do for your movement or bonus action?
Movement, I probably used it all getting up there. And now if I go back, I would get an attack of opportunity from what's her name. So.
You would not. Asha is not in range.
Oh. Well, I mean, I'll move back if I have any more movement, but I only have 30
you,
feet.
I think 20 feet to get there. So you move back 10 more feet.
Okay.
Next up, after Zashmar is Jax.
Okay. I'm gonna use a bonus action to move my Hunter's Mark because that guy died.
Yep.
To Jorlan,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna swing at him.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
17.
17? 17 does not hit Jorlan.
Wow.
I would like to point out, Delilah's the one who did the damage against the other guy just with the, whatchamacallit, right? The burning metal?
The heating or
That
metal.
was to Shore, I believe, right?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, just want to make sure that Jorlan was not the one who dropped his shield. Alright.
Nope.
So unfortunately that does not hit. Is there anything else that you would like to do for your movement or bonus action?
Nope, I already used my bonus action to move Hunter's Mark. So I just end my turn.
Alright. With your turn ended there, I think we're going to go ahead and save where we're at right now and continue on next week. We ran a little bit over time, about 20 minutes or so. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and pause the game there and continue on next Monday at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/TheMajesticGaming, G-A-M-I-N, no G. As well as these videos are uploaded to YouTube too, so if you'd like to get caught up, you can find it by searching The Majestic, all one word, and it will be the very first search result to pop up channel-wise. I am again the host, the Majestic, and joined by the same incredible group, and hopefully plus one more next week as well, if Courtney is able to make it with us again. But thank you so much, all of you, for being able to make it today, and please go ahead and say goodbye to the viewers for us.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. You said it weird.
I did. Goodbye.